Hi, I'm Justin Crisp. I'm one of the seminarians here at St. John's, and right now I'm studying at Yale Divinity School in New Haven, Connecticut. Merry Christmas, St. John's. It's really great to be back. So when I was in middle school, I got into this book series called Left Behind by Tim LaHaye and Jerry Jenkins. And these books were about this thing that some Christians call the rapture. It was basically this thing where everybody, all the Christians, the believers, would literally get sucked straight out of their clothes and they'd meet Jesus in the sky. And then they would all escape to heaven, while the rest of the world, those who weren't Christians, were left behind. Hence the name of the book. This used to scare the heck out of me as a kid. I would literally run into my sister's room in the middle of the night because I knew I was the one who was going to get left behind and she'd get raptured. I would run into her room to make sure she was still there at 3 o'clock in the morning. Or I'd lay in my bed and try to hear my dad snoring because I figured if my dad was snoring, that meant he was still there. This is decidedly, though, I think, not what the Christian tradition has to say about hope or about the kind of the future Advent that we celebrate during this season of the liturgical year, which is basically Jesus coming back to us. See, for me, I think the Incarnation, which is what we're going to celebrate at Christmas, really shows us the directionality of God's love for us. God comes here. God is raptured to us in Christ, in the Incarnation. And at the end of days, what theologians might call the eschaton, God's kingdom is coming here. It's our world that's going to get transformed. We're not going anywhere. And we serve a God who's never going to leave any of us behind. Real Christian hope takes all the sting out of life because it comes to us from the outside, from God. It's not optimism. Optimism is cushy and it's pushy. Optimism is like what our culture tells us, that when things are going well or going okay, then they can get better. But see, that always just leads us to do more things. There's always one more contract to score, one more game to win, one more grade to get, one more degree to earn. It never stops. Advent, though, the advent of God at Christmas and in the eschaton is about God coming here and this world being transformed into what God wanted it to be. That short circuits all those anxieties. We arrive because God brings us there and God comes to us. In a tiny, tiny little child in a backwater province of the Roman Empire. That's crazy beautiful. Crazy beautiful.